Another point on change control. Be very, very aware that you need to have a change control process. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you have, but we've learned that by having that tight and robust, you find yourself in a position of some confidence where you've replied, you've gone through all the pain of replying to the tender exercise, you've won it, you've negotiated the contract, and then the client, the awarding authority, says, well, we really meant this, could you just change that? Well, if you've got to a point with a spec agreed, we'd be happy to change that, but to change that we may need to unpick things. So you need to have a change control process, so and formalise that. That is an actual process that you document. So the client asks you, we want A instead of B. You then need to conduct an impact analysis. What's the cost, what's the resource, what's the time involved, etc. And then you give them a commercial proposal. And it might seem a wee bit hard-nosed, but the client then has confidence you're a robust organisation, and the organisation they want to do business with, that you can't be pushed around either. And sometimes your process, if robust enough, leads the client to engage with you in maybe a more formal manner as well. We've learned that. I think it's a good point to take. And still on changes, it's changes in a contract, they're inevitable. You might find yourselves benefiting commercially along the overall journey of the contract, but there will be opportunities along the road in a contract to prove what you do. When you're executing the obvious thing, you need a strong delivery team, and I'm pretty sure we've all got strong delivery teams, but it's key, obviously. Get stakeholders involved early and committed. For example, if you're delivering to a client in a local authority, try and do your best to make some relationships, at least get some visibility, there is buy-in from the senior personnel in the organisation, because you may need the client and the awarding authority to be doing quite a lot of things at their side, and we don't want a kind of half-hearted effort, because it might reflect on how you perform, and ultimately the contract performs, and you could be perceived then as not successful. You want to try and make sure you've got the senior stakeholders engaged. Again, linked to governance, make sure you're identifying risk and along the way and issues on a formal basis and escalate that. And you do have to ask the hard questions. You have to ask the hard questions to the client and escalate problems. Say, hang on guys, we can deliver now, but your guys need to be doing A, B or C. Your guy never turned up to the meeting. Your finance officer didn't sign off on that process. And you need to be quite hard-nosed about it, but being professional doesn't mean being unpleasant, it's being professional and robust, and then a confidence grows in you that hey, you want to deliver this, you want to do your job, you want to be successful, but you're going to call the client to account. And I guess our experience is, as we've get better at doing it, I suppose we're more confident in pushing and challenging. Okay, on the communication front, what are the rules? Who's communicating with who throughout the project, throughout the life of the contract? You want to perhaps have some broadening of relations, but don't mistake that as sort of clouding communications. You want to have an account manager or a project manager, whatever you choose to call it in your own business, and they are the first point of contact. There might be a sort of technical point and maybe a commercial point, but it's got to be nice, clear lines. I would suggest openness, so the good and the bad news. We all every business drops a ball at some time. There's a mistake, there's an error, there's a flaw, there's a something. If you wait 2 weeks to tell the client, it's an exclusive. If you tell them there's a problem right away, you can maybe work together. And I think by being open like that, you develop a relationship such that it moves entirely differently from just a sort of contractor, supplier, buyer to more of a partnership. And we've got 2 examples. quickly share, I'll pick one up. Hertfordshire County Council, we're engaging with them on a fantastic partnership basis. That what we do is we've got such now, we'd engage with the client who are all, lots of highly experienced procurement professionals. As we're shaping the next version of products and services, we invite them into, I feel like they're in our sanctum at early stages of design. We do that with Haringey County Council. We do it in Scotland. We're working a major project for the European Commission in the Balkans, and they wanted to, it was Montenegro, so the procurement team from the government Montenegro wanted to come to Scotland and view some best practice in procurement, and they kindly visited some of Alistair's colleagues and team in Edinburgh, and South Lanarkshire Council, for example, were visited, and that's a partner relationship that enabled us to sort of invite South Lanarkshire as a client of ours to be showcased as an exemplar of good procurement activity. So I think it's moving from that early stage of the relationship that it's all about supplying a solution, supplying a service, getting to know the organisation, but developing it into a genuine partnership. It might sound a bit cliched, but I think by being robust along the way, building that confidence, I think you can develop a true, genuine partnership. In any partnership, any relationship, there are hard questions asked. It's not all about being nice all the time, it's all very jolly. It may need to be painful to move forward solidly. So I like to finish and just sort of wishing you all well in your various opportunities with government. We as a business, an SME, based in Glasgow, have been successful. We've learned a lot, we've made many mistakes along the way. We continue, I'm sure, to make them, but learn from them. Think about the engaging with the public sector, and I feel like the local government is a fantastic opportunity. It might be frustrating, it might be difficult, it might be disappointing, but it's a defined market with a set of rules, and you can get a debrief every time, whether you win or lose. It's a learning experience, and I hope you've more winning experiences than purely learning experiences. But I think along the way you will learn a lot, and I think your business has got a great opportunity if you choose to continue to engage or engage for the first time with local government. So thank you for your time.